There we go. All right, everybody should see everything okay. All right, could everyone hear me loud and clear? Just going to pick up and leave off where he left off. Good, good. See you, Pat. All right, good. Loud and clear. All right, good. All right, everybody. So we're coming up to the end of the day. It's 3 o'clock. I'm going to finish up. Like I said, I'm going to talk about how to plan for the best stock trade in today's volatile markets. Hopefully, by the way, all of you guys have been to pay attention and been cooperating regarding about the coronavirus. It's been a really, really serious issue. I live here in Long Island, New York. I'm about 15 miles away from Manhattan. It's a big, big hot spot. We're also a very hot spot, but don't worry about me. I'm doing great. I have no coronavirus. I've been locked up between everyone, my staff. We closed our office back in March. Looks like we're going to probably be stuck here until May 15th, but that's okay. Listen, there's no better place and more safer place than to be here in the CyberGroup trading room in our nice Cyber Expo. And you know what? You're hearing people, you know what's so sad? You're hearing so many people like losing their jobs and, you know, furlonged and worrying about getting the stimulus package and everything. And you know what? It's horrible to be in that situation. It really is. And I know it's so desperate and, you know, and we're giving this money out. And that's what makes the United States such a great country. We care about our, you know, our people here. But at the end of the day, that money's going to run out. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a stimulus package. I don't need the stimulus. Give to somebody else a stimulus package. But the thing is this, people do need it. And you know what? We shouldn't have to worry about needing it because now you have one of the greatest opportunities to trade the market. And you can see from the great presenters that we have talking about trading, how great it is, how much we love it, how things worked out. And let me tell you, I've been there. I've done that. And you know what? With the history that you heard, how long a lot of us have been in this industry for, listen, I started when I was 22 years old. And let me tell you what I've learned as a 22-year-old, and I think every presenter here will even, you know, said it themselves. We all failed. We failed miserably. And you know why we failed? For the same reason why we teach. We were the ignorant ones in the beginning that went out there and learned on our own, you know, and unfortunately, 99% of the people today do that same ignorant mistake. And you know what? Like everybody here mentioned, all the presenters, Bo, Steve, the other Steve, myself, we end up doing what we all do. We end up working for somebody, you know? And you know what? It's not easy to go work for somebody because number one, now you got to listen to them. You got to have to work. Oh my God, you got to work. And then you know what? We don't got to split the profits and this and that. And I know nobody likes that. It's like, you know what? It's like getting education. It's like, well, they got to pay for it. This, that. Listen, if you're worrying about paying rent or paying your fair share, you should not be trading. You should not be trading because what everything that you learn, what every presenter had to say, I mean, we took the time of our day to come out here and train you because we not only that we want you to be part of our team, but listen, not everybody really requires. You heard Bo what he said earlier. We interview everyone we train. You know, we interview also everybody we train also. You know, I'm not going to pretend I'm a foot doctor and then pretend I'm a brain surgeon because it pays good money because you need one. You know what I mean? So, and everyone has their own niche. But let me tell you, for doing it for so many years, I love it. I've done very, very well. And just a couple of things, just tell you a little bit about me. I know some of you are students here and listen to me so many times, and I'm glad you guys are here. But listen, CyberTrading University, and like everybody else, it was born because for the same reason we were all saying it. We all run our own trading room, and we're looking to teach you guys how to give good content to room. But to do that, you have to learn how to play the game. And, you know, and we're all very, very close. We're like a family, you know, and we really want to make sure we all make money together because that's the ultimate goal. You know, I hear stories, you know, and like I said, I'm not here to, you know, hit a nerve with certain people and bash companies. But you know what? I'm just going to tell you point blank. You know how you know when you're dealing with a right person? Number one, who they do business with, as in any brokerage firms endorse them, you know, because they do a lot of credit checks on all of us. Number two, how many times have you seen them on other partners? And how many times have you seen them? How long they've been in business for, you know? And you know what? Listen, I know there's some great testimonials out there, but you know what? What might work for that person might not work for you. So these are the things you got to look for. So I just want to kind of just, put that, out there so you guys can at least know why we have these presenters here and why you guys got to make sure you find the right person other than not getting caught with somebody that's willing to sell you, 800 hours of videos and you're not even going to watch it. All right. Now, what we're going to learn right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to talk about how to follow smart money. Now, my expertise and what I'm very well known for, and you see that everybody has their little niche, is I am a tape reader. Okay. And a tape reader is what's called a tape reader. We read the tape, basically just watching supply and demand. You heard of scalp trading. I'm a scalp trader. I'm a day trader. I'm a professional day trader. That's how I was trained. I don't know anything else. I do swing trades. I do investments. I do teach that. But you know what? You want to be a good swing trader, you damn well better learn how to day trade first, because it's what happens over the course of the day that trickles into a swing trade. So we're going to talk about all these great things. I'm going to show you why 90% of traders struggle in today's markets. I'm going to show you how to read charts, keeping it simple, and, once again, once you understand that, you can implement other things, but you just got to know how to play the game. So we all very familiar about what happened with the market. Let me tell you, it has been, you heard some of the presenters. We unfortunately, we hope for things like this, but, don't call us heartless, but unfortunately, this is our job. This is what we get paid for. You pay firemen to go put out a fire, okay? When the fire comes and he doesn't show up, I'm like, well, I didn't think I had to put out a fire. I love the benefits. I love this, or a police officer or a doctor. Nobody said they signed up for the virus, the coronavirus, but these poor nurses, first responders, God bless them. They're doing the greatest job ever, but they didn't, they signed up for this, but they didn't think it was going to be this bad. But it's going to happen, and they got to do what they were trained to do. And that's why they're good at what they do. But could you imagine that you're paying a nurse all this money, all this work, and then they don't show up because they're like, oh wait, I had to do this. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. Of course you did. You were trained that in school, and that's why they're there. That's why they're there. But you know what? When people are out there trading right now, they look at this and like, I didn't sign up for this. Then what are you doing in this market? This is what we do all day. So you have to know how to play the game, because when you play the game, then you benefit from these big rallies that we get. Think about it. You have witnessed the biggest point drop in the history of the stock market, but it goes twice. You also seen the biggest gain in the history of the stock market. Well, now, I still have people today like, you know what? I was down 30% and I'm still breaking even, whatever it is, even though the markets were at 2,300 right now. But you just got to know where to get and where to get out and spot it. So what I'm looking to teach you right now is how to follow the big dominator market makers, follow the brokerage firm, because that's how I was trained. Okay. Listen, we are the ants on the floor. I don't care, like it or not. Why? Because you're just trying to get the crumbs. There are brokerage firms out there that are moving millions and millions of not only dollars, but shares. They're moving billions of dollars. You hear these politicians always bash, we got to go after Wall Street. We got to go after Wall Street owes us. We bailed them out. Wall Street. Why'd they go after, the farmers? Why'd they go after the lumberjacks? Why Wall Street? Because they know that we make, the Wall Street makes a lot of money. So don't look at it in a bad way, but why not join them? Why not join? Why are they making so much money? Why do we have to work so hard and they're not? What are they doing differently? They're not doing anything differently other than they got into the business. And that's what you're trying to do. So let's go out there. Let me teach you the style of what they do and how they do it very, very well. But I have a question for all of you. Let me just make sure this works, okay? Because Zoom's been having some issues with this. I'm going to do a quick poll question. I'm going to launch a poll really quick. And I don't know if you guys can see the poll, but could you guys tell me what kind of trader is everyone? Just want to do a quick poll question here and just check on the box and just let me know what kind of trader is everybody. All right. I'm going to share the results with you guys too, by the way. There's a lot of you guys guys, don't be shy. I always say this, but don't be scared to answer this question. Nobody's going to, make fun of you or rat you out. Honestly, if you can't answer this question, you should not be trading. You really should not. And if you're not trading right now, just say which one you have an interest in. Okay, that's all I really get concerned about. All right, so I'm going to share the results, and it looks like we have a lot of options traders. Okay, now listen, I just spoke to a student today that became a day trader. He bought an option course, and he told me, he says, Fausto, I bought this option course and paid $3,000 for it. No one called me. Nobody, they gave me a bunch of videos and I'm losing money and I can't even like follow up with people on it, right away, that should be a red flag. So one thing I want to tell everybody, if you're ever going to learn from someone, they should have a phone number on this screen and make sure you're able to talk to somebody. But he learned a very valuable lesson. He goes, you know what he learned? He learned that options wasn't for him because he ended up, the 3,000 was nothing to him. It was a lot of money, but he's like, but just the time that he lost, not knowing it. So regarding if you're an options trader, you could be a good options trader, but you have to learn how to trade the stock first. Okay. Remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. Now, futures, listen, I don't trade futures. There are great futures instructors here. I know a lot of good ones, but just be careful. Futures are very, very speculative. Forex, unless you're overseas and you don't have the luxury of trading the stock market, Forex is okay. We obviously all invest. But I'm an actual stock trader. I just like to day trade. It's just a lot more easier and a lot more controllable. Because when you see things like this, and the stock goes from 28 down to 4, by the way. By the way, did you guys hear about this stock, Lucan Coffee? Everybody heard about this stock, LK? Bill, you did. My God, we made a killing on this stock. A killing. By the way, this happened in pre-market. This happened in pre-market. This thing just went from 28, and it was shortable and went all the way down to 4. And it actually ran back up to 10. It's halted right now, but we day traded. This was actually, fellow trader Kent Dole in the room. He made like 35,000 trade this stock. He made more than me because I only made 13,000. But this stock was just a great, great trade. But how do you find these stocks? We do a lot of trades in pre-market, and also we do a lot of trades in after hours too. It's not speculative. It's not dangerous. But, these are things that we trade. What happened with it back then, Frey has to say? Well, listen, I don't want to get off our whole thing about shadowing orders, but the kind of, you could do the research. Basically, it's a Chinese copy of Starbucks. That's basically what they are. And I'm not going to get off the subject, but I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit what's going to happen probably. We all know what's going on with the coronavirus. And we all know, obviously the whole big thing is they're blaming China for it. Well, obviously, you know that a lot of Chinese companies go public in America. And what happened with LK, and this is going to change. I'm telling you, it's going to change. I think a lot of Chinese stocks that are public right now are going to be probably the biggest shorts, best shorts ever, because LK is basic. And after the coronavirus and what LK does, it's going to spill into it. What happened with LK, just kind of repeat it. For some reason, Chinese companies, you cannot audit them. You can audit any stock, okay, that's on the New York, the NASDAQ public company. But if you're a Chinese company, you cannot audit their books. I don't understand where that came from. It is totally not SEC compliant, all right? But apparently somebody let them go public and they kind of let it do. So someone made something on that deal. I don't know if you know that. So anyway, regarding about what's going to happen is that they got busted. An attorney firm said, you know what? They're lying on their books and they're about $320 million short on their stocks, on what they're reporting. So apparently they've been lying on their books. So there was a big short going on. And then obviously the news really did break that they were lying. And that's what happened. And now the stock got halted and it hasn't been open ever since. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you right here first, what you saw what happened with coronavirus and what you see what happened with LK is going to trickle down to any Chinese company out there. And if they don't like it, they're going to delist them from the New York Stock Exchange. That's going to end up happening. Now let's get back to trading, okay? Now, listen, that's why we love this game. That's why people love trading. Once you know how to trade the game and you know what they're doing, you know exactly how to get in and how to get out. But anyway, let's talk about a WORX. We were trading this stock, and I want to show you how we find these stocks and where we get them. First of all, whenever we trade a stock, honestly, I really don't care what I trade. I really don't. And you shouldn't either. We just want to make money, right? Like, think about it. Like, what the hell does WORX do? Fran says, what happened to LK? You know what? I only know because it was big news all over TV, but some of us, like, I never heard of LK before, or I never heard of, Zoom, ZM, which, Steve Bigelow was talking about it, all these stocks. I mean, all these companies, but there's so many. How do you know what to trade, what not to trade? Well, at the end of the day, what we trade is stocks that have volatility. As a day trader, we just want to make something that has some good movement. We can make a day's pay. And you can see WORK right here was up 34%, traded 13 million shares. By the way, there's a lot of them. Stocks with 66%. LTRBP was up 900%. I mean, there's a lot of stocks out here. APDN, that was another fun stock, 20 million shares, 29%. People can't even make 5% a year. How the hell you find stocks that go this much? Well, the thing is this. Not all of them are tradable. Not all of them are, you can get in and out of them. And that's the strategy. And I think that's what most people really have an issue. They just say, okay, well, how do you know which one is going up and how do you know which one's going down? Well, it all starts about having a game plan. Okay. You got to know what the trend is and what is the strongest price levels. All right. Now, with the strongest price levels makes buyers and sellers. That's really what it comes down to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what we preach and what we teach, because this is how Wall Street traders trade, is about how to follow the money. Because if you don't follow the money, this is how you become part of the 90% failure rate. Now, there are 3 ways of viewing orders. There's a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. And there's now also a level 4, which, by the way, let me ask everybody that, just out of curiosity. Does anybody have level 3 access? I'm going to do a quick poll question right now. By the way, if you're a student here, please don't answer this. This is before. Just see if anybody has level 3. Frey says WORX makes tools and drills. Well, you know what? I didn't even know that. WORX probably had something to do with it. I guess like Ferrari, their symbol's race. What they do, they go racing. But honestly, Frey, I didn't even care. That it was just a great stock that made some good moves. But it's not. But let's look at this right here. We end the poll. Okay. Now you could see a lot of you don't have it, and if you said you're not sure, I'll take that as a no. All right. So with that said, you probably got close to about 80%, 70, 80% of people don't know. All right. So let me explain to you. Now listen to me carefully. What you're about to see right now is going to be disturbing, because what you're about to see, I'm going to show you something that is going to blow your freaking mind out of the way. People look at this and they're like, now I know why I was trading backwards the whole time. Okay. So, which, by the way, what I'm about to show you too, at the end of this presentation, we're going to play a video of me on NASDAQ doing an explanation. By the way, I'm a guest speaker on NASDAQ's TV show talking specifically about this. Now, understand something. NASDAQ will never have anybody come do presentations. I don't even know anybody they invited as an educational school on it, but they wanted me on there because they know that what you're about to see is something that you need to be successful in this. Why else would they want me on there to talk about it? Because it's their platform. They're the ones. This is what built NASDAQ. NASDAQ was built on this platform. Okay. This is how it all started. The New York Stock Exchange, nobody works there anymore. Okay. That floor, you're going to have weddings and bar mitzvahs there soon. Okay. Even today with the coronavirus, it's all electronic. They copy NASDAQ. So this is how the Wall Street trades. So now let's look at this. Level 1. What is level 1? Basically, it's a ticker. You just see what the price of the stock is trading at. Turn the TV on, put on CNBC or Fox Business, look at the ticker on the bottom that's running. That's basically a level 1. It just tells you what the stock is trading at. Doesn't tell you who's buying it. Doesn't tell you who's selling it. I mean, it's got some fun information, 52-week highs, average, volume, big deal. That tells me nothing of where the stock is going, okay? Then back in the 90s, which was pretty big, which came out level 2. Now, level 2 has been outdated since the 90s, okay? People say, I get level 2. Oh, what do you mean? I thought that was pretty good. No. Level 2 is a modified level 1. Basically, it's just showing you the brokerage firm's best bid and best offer. It's basically it. It's not showing you all the bids. It's not showing all the offers. It's just showing his best buy and his best sell. Well, how does that help me? It worked good a long time ago, but not anymore. Then back in 1997, I actually was one of the beta testers for NASDAQ. They came to us, SOS bandits. I don't know. Any of you guys ever hear the word SOS bandits? Anybody know what a SOS bandit is? John, you did. Bill, you did. Anyone else? No? SOS bandits are the original day traders, okay? I'm actually one of the original SOS bandits. So I'm one of the original day traders. When I started, there was probably about maybe 1,000 of us. Now there's over 10 million around the world, all right? So I'm one of the original day traders that started. So they came to us, and they had a problem. I don't want to go into the whole explanation of how this came to fruition, but back then, we used to use a system called SOS, Small Order Execution System. It was a way how we used to do trades, execute stocks. Back in the 90s and the 80s, if you were a market maker, which means you were the brokerage firm's trader, that was like the most prestigious job in the world, okay? You were like literally like the president of the United States, okay? Well, maybe not the president, a senator, okay? Because there's a lot of them. Now, you know how hard it is to be a senator. There's only 2 per state, okay? So only 100 people could be in the whole world have a shot to be a senator. So being a trader, you had a brokerage firm that could have 1,000 brokers, but there's only like a couple of guys that run the whole room. So you could see how very prestigious this job is. Unfortunately, the exchanges realized that brokerage firms were holding them hostage. And it was, it was up to them, and they were only ones that dictated the price. You see, if they weren't a buyer, stock wasn't going anywhere. Now, everybody remember what happened in 1987, the crash? Well, what happened back then, everybody just thinks of the crash. Well, I could tell you what really happened then. The brokerage firms pulled their order. You would call up a guy, and you would use your phone and say, hey, Goldman Sachs, I want to sell Rite Aid at $14.57.59. Goldman, hello? You call him phone. He hung up the phone. Call him again. Goldman, you there? Goldman, I want to sell you Rite Aid. I see you on the bid. Hello? He hung up the phone again. That's what was happening. So nobody was honoring their quotes. So what happened, they had to build the system where you didn't have to call it. You had to make it more electronic. Back then, that's where the word ECNs were born, Electronic Communication Network. This is what we trade on, okay? An ECN allows you to become a market maker. And I was one of the beta testers for NASDAQ to help build this system. I'm like, my God, thank God. Now I don't need to call the brokerage firm. I could actually post a bid, and I could execute him without even calling him. If he likes it or not, he's going to get executed. So now think about it. How many times have you done a trade, right? And you're doing a trade, and you're looking at it, and you're like, I don't understand, like, where'd they all go? Or I had a student the other day just tell me, when I sell a stock, where does it go? Who buys it? Well, now you're getting to see the real true data. So that's the power of Total View. Total View now is going to show you all the bids and all the offers, and with the direct access broker, you can execute these orders. And that alone is about 50% of the failure rate, right there. So listen, you had some great speakers and we talk about strategies, but let me tell you, before you can implement any of this stuff, you have to learn how to place a trade and know why you're getting in and getting out of it. You know what? I like to compare it to driving a car, right? I got 3 boys. I got one in college. I got one that's driving. I have an 11-year-old. I just started teaching my 16-year-old how to drive. By the way, anybody here remembers or has any kids, trained a kid how to drive? Let me tell you, it's the scariest thing in the world. My wife refused to get in the car. They're like, you got to talk to this kid. He keeps veering to the left. He keeps slamming on the brake. Listen, could you imagine if you weren't there and you just gave him the keys? He would have crashed and killed himself already. That's exactly why people fail in trading. That's why you need to have someone that holds your hand. But let me show you how we're going to use the total view. Okay. So total view, book viewer, NASDAQ book viewer, which is also known as total view, is going to give you 20 times more data than level 2, 100 times more data than level 1. So what you're seeing here in layman terms is you're seeing all the buyers and all the sellers at every single price. That is going to change everything because this is going to make things very simple for you. Now, we got 3 columns. We got orders, we got shares, and we got bids. Whoever wants to buy it for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for less money is down at the bottom. The same thing over here on the ask side. Whoever wants to sell their shares for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants more money is down at the bottom. So right here, let's implement the chart. Don says, I trained my daughter how to drive a standard. Oh, that's pretty cool, Don. Probably a lot safer because they can't use their phone. They always say driving on a standard is a lot better because, you know, then they have to always be occupied. But anyway, I'm going to teach you how to drive standard right now, Don. So here you have a chart, right? Look at OXY. What the hell is OXY? Who gives a shit? Excuse my French. Sorry about that, but who cares? Stock's going down. It's at 14 bucks. Down, 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 down. And then right around 8:30, about 12 o'clock, it kind of stops right here around 13 bucks, right? And then for some reason, decides not to go any lower. Anybody want to take a guess why? Why would the stock stop at 13, not go to 12, not go to 12.50? Why 13? Why not stop at 13.20? Why 13? What? Think about this for a second. Tell me in your words, what makes a stock go up? Everyone should be able to answer this question. Dwayne says large buyers. Dina says buyers, buyers. Everybody, could everyone just type that in there so I know that you're awake? I know it's a long day, but buyers, right? Buyers, buyers, buyers. Everyone just write B, 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 B. Come on, Mike, what about you? I didn't hear from you. John, Susie, Patel, come on, don't be shy. Just say buyers, buyers, buyers. Okay. Now, listen to me carefully because this is where things are going to start changing your perspective of trading. Do you see any buyers on the chart? You see any buyers there? No, we don't, right? So how do you know that really is a demand? How do you really know? Looking at history, you know, no. There's only one way that you know that that is an official support level is you got to know, because remember, what makes a support level are buyers. So right here, when we go to Book Viewer and we look on the buy section, hold on, let me get my little, like my drawing line right here. The buy section, and right here at 1301, there is, hell, even down here, I didn't even realize that. Between 13.1 and 13, you're talking about, I don't know, 130,000 shares looking to be bought. Look at this. You got nine different orders, 1 different orders. You got 140 and 14 orders. You're talking about almost 160 different people that are trying to buy that stock around $13. Now, you think about this for a second. Who are you going to trust more? The commentator on TV that has time to be on TV and not trade? The one that sent you a newsletter? The guy that told you to watch some videos, or the buyer out there that's already looking to, that's got a big bid out there? Or me, Dwayne. Thanks, Wade. I mean, think about it. It's like almost like common sense. Like, because think about it. The only way that stock can go any lower, that guy right there has to get executed. Someone has to sell to him, or he's got to change his mind. Now, think about it. Then this changes his mind. It's not one person. it's over 150 different people got to change their mind. Okay. And by the way, don't think they're all in cahoots with each other, because that's another thing people say. Oh, they're fake orders. Oh, they're fake. Okay. You think they're fake? Mike, you think they're fake? Okay. This is what I'm going to do, Mike. You're going to come in my trading room. I'm going to find 150 orders out there making up over 130,000 shares. We're going to use your money. We're going to tie up over $2 million worth of stock, and you tell me how fake it is. Okay. Well, someone said, well, someone else said they're fake. But really? Well, you know what? I was on a panel about a year ago. I literally almost had a complete argument, a huge argument with this analyst, because he quoted me and questioned me. He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, those are fake orders. I looked at him. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, really? Could I prove it to you? The guy goes, how are you going to do that? He goes, we had a screen up. I'm going to bring up a stock right now, open up your brokerage account, and I want you to execute that guy, and you tell me how fake it is. The whole audience looked at him, because this guy was very well spoken, very well dressed, works for some big shot hedge fund. And he goes, when he started mumbling, he goes, well, I didn't say they were fake. I'm like, yes, you did. You said they were fake. Did he not say they were fake, ladies and gentlemen? I go, did he goes, yes, he did. Raise your hand if he said it was fake. Everybody raised their hand. Well, I didn't really mean they were fake. I'm like, well, they could have canceled the order. They could do spoofing. Spoofing. Oh, isn't that illegal? You think that guy, 140 people want to get fined $1 million a piece for spoofing? I'm like, do yourself a favor. You stick with your, your calculations, your book values and stuff. We'll, leave the trading to us. I told him it was really fun. And I took it really personal, because I deal with it all day long, and it's like, the thing is this, NASDAQ wouldn't want me come and do presentations and tell you how to use the software if they thought you were going to lose money doing it. They invented this platform, and they are so tired. I can't believe that more people are not using it, because it'll make your life so much easier, which, by the way, we got a lot more to cover. So don't just look at this one. We got more to cover. Hold on. Let me clear all drawings. Bring up my pointer back again. All right. Resistance. Let's talk about resistance. Okay. So here's a stock, Peloton. Okay. By the way, what the hell is Peloton doing? I guess everybody's home having fun, can't go anywhere. So everybody wants to get in shape, but Peloton just went public. Things do incredible. So anyway, here's the stock, 32, right? 9 o'clock this morning, went to about 36. Now you do the math. 32 minus 36 is $4. If you bought 1,000 shares of that stock, that's a $4,000 profit in about 3-4 hours? You do that every day, that's $1 million a year. So when you're asking people like, oh, this guy made that much, you know what? They do it. And you know what? Honestly, you don't need 4 points. If you just made 50 cents, if you just took this little piece right here and peeled off 50 cents, there's a $100,000 salary right there. But with that said, let's look at this. This is the $64,000 question. Stock goes up, right? It went all the way to a price of 36, right? Why did it go down from 36 down to 34.50? What prevented it and what stopped it from 36? Very simple. Sellers. Chart doesn't tell you that. But when you look over here on the book viewer and you look for the sellers, welcome to sell section, you got sellers at every single level, every single penny. 1354, 1355, 1356, 57. And a lot of people look at these numbers. They're like, what number, what do I look at? Because there's so many numbers. You don't got to look at them all. You just got to look at this guy. Oh, 14 orders, 43,000 shares. What does that come out to be? About $2 million almost. Gotta be, that's a lot of sellers out there. When most people are showing 1 share, 200 shares, I would definitely be behind that guy at any time, any day of the week. I don't care. You know what? We could be family. We could be relatives. You could be my best friend. And there's a perfect stranger over there. I'd rather listen to him than listen to you, because you know what? If you're going to compete with each other, train Peloton, you're 100 versus 43,000. I'm going to be on his side. Listen, at the end of the day, it's all about team. Listen, I train all types of people in all different industries. I'll give you sports, for example. Okay. Listen, Professional athletes, they got friends on different teams. But at the end of the day, we get paid to win, right? But at the end of the game, as long as we're safe, nobody got hurt, bygones will be bygones, don't take it personal. You know what? I get paid to be very successful at it. You know, so on, but you gotta know where your competitors are. How about the 1500 at 35.58? Well, you mean the 1500 shares, Fab? I mean, but you know, it is, but it's not really like 43,000. It's not a lot. I mean, you're literally like 50 cents away. I mean, is it? It is, but not a lot. All right. Everybody ready to have a little fun? I'm going to do a little test for everybody, okay? Without looking at any indicators, orders, heat seekers, anything. We're just going to look at this chart right here, okay? What is this stock? What's the trend of the stock? And let me actually go out there and actually I'm going to share. Let's do a poll, okay? Is this stock going up or going down? Okay, what's the trend of the stock, up or down? I always do this test, everyone, and I mean, I know everybody knows where we're going with this, if you've been here before, but just answer it. The first thing comes to your mind, first thing, up or down? Just click the poll. One person said it's going up so far. Wow. 94%, 2 people. Everybody's saying it's going down. I am just curious, what in the hell makes you think the stock's going up? What makes you think the stock's going up? So, I mean, listen, end the poll, share the results. Okay. If you said the stock is going down, congratulations, you're absolutely correct. You are 95% there of being successful in trading. Okay. That's great. That's great. You just passed the first test. Now, let's go to the second question. When will the stock start to go higher? When will the stock start to go up? Okay, everybody answer that one. What do we need? What's going to make the stock go higher? You got to think about that for a second now, huh? What did we learn so far? Right, John, right? Patrick, Dean, James, Providence, buyers. We need buyers. Do you see buyers on a chart? No, you don't see any buyers on a chart, right? How are we going to find the buyers? Is, like I'm on Fidelity, I'm on Schwab. They don't show me this stuff. I'm on Thinkorswim. I mean, like I got beautiful charts. Some of them, it's so funny. Like they all compete and everybody's got like better looking charts than others. Oh, this one tells you when it's to do earnings announcements. This one's going to tell you when it's going to do the sales. Listen, that's garbage to me. It's window dressing. Where are the buyers? You know where the buyers are? On the book viewer. So let's go look at the book viewer. So working our way down the list, and we noticed that right around here, holy crap, I didn't even realize there's 2 orders. Between 1150 and 1149, you got close to over a 250,000 shares. That's a lot of damn shares out there. I mean, you got 10,000, 14,000, but you're in the $100,000 league twice within a penny apart. Damn, that's a support level. Or in other words, that's a lot of buyers. That's a lot of buyers on American Airlines. Okay, a hell of a lot more than you're buying. So why are you even going to even compete with that guy? Why would you even that's what blows my mind. People always ask me like, why do you think you know more than the 250,000 shares out there? Oh no, this stock is definitely going lower. Really? Okay, you're probably right, but let's see if you get through that guy first. Because guess what? It didn't work too well for Mr. Jones. Okay? Because that buyer right there, it went from 1150, that was the price right there, and it shot right back up to 1220 in a matter of what? 2 hours? You bought 1,000 shares of that stock, and guess what? You made close to about $1. $1 on 1,000 shares, $1,000, $250,000 a year. What's wrong with that day? Okay, a lot more than that stimulus check for $1,200 that people got yesterday. So that's trading. Now, we're going to do one more test. Okay, and remember, I can't teach you to be a successful trader in an hour. All I'm doing right now is I'm sparking interest, okay? Because at the end of this presentation, I'm going to invite every single one of you to come join me in my trading room. And I'm going to prove this to you live in the market tomorrow. Every one of you are going to have the opportunity to come and see this live, okay? You see, I'm not really a big fan with PowerPoints, I tell everyone, because, anybody can make a nice PowerPoint. Everybody can we're looking at a perfect setup. But when you start seeing this move, that's where your brain starts thinking like, crap, who the hell gonna even think you're gonna compete with these guys without knowing this stuff? That's why I love what I do. Yeah, that's why I love what I do. So let's look over here. We're looking at Norwegian Cruise Line. We all know about the cruise stocks. They got crushed, right? Looking at this stock right here, where is the resistance levels on Norwegian Cruise Line? Anybody want to take a guess? Give me a number. Okay, Pammy, that's a great question. Pammy says, you find it in options. Is book viewer, is it free? Okay, so let me tell you something, Pammy, something very, very important. This goes for everybody. And I want to warn you really quick. If anybody offers you something for free, there's obviously a catch, right? There's got to be a catch, right? Nobody works for free. Like, seriously, do you think I deserve to work for you for free? What do I get out of it? A thank you? Yeah, you know what? I got to pay taxes and property taxes. They don't want to hear, but I couldn't pay this month because, I had to work for free for Pam. Pam wanted me, for free. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Every single one of you are going to have to spend some money. And I'm talking like, listen, let me just tell you something. This program from NASDAQ, when I started 25 years ago, I had to pay $1,000 a month for it. $1,000 for this stuff. 25 years ago at a 22-year-old, okay? Today, you know what it cost? $15. $15. So like, but can I get it for free? You know what? If you're looking for free stuff, listen, if you're looking to win a free car, a free motorcycle, a free iPad, iPhone, you're in the wrong room. Okay. You know what? Why don't you go out there? Wouldn't it be great to buy something and say, you know what? I bought that Prada bag. Okay. By trading Norwegian Cruise Line. Cause Fausto taught me that there was a buyer here and a seller there. So the thing is this, yeah, go to Craigslist for free stuff. Exactly. So anyway, where's the resistance levels? Right here at $12. That's your resistance. So there's basically your resistance where you're going to get in and out. All right. Norwegian Cruise Line. Did you need a chart to tell you that? Did you need a chart to tell you that? No. Because guess what? Everybody else will look at this chart right here and says, but look, but it's going up. It's going higher. Yeah. Let me know what happens when you get up to these 61,000 shares at 70 and 74 different people out there that make up at $12. But the chart says it's going higher. Yeah. Guess what? It went up all right. It also went straight down. You got to have a game plan. Got to have a game plan to trade. Okay. And you know what? You don't have that much time because you only had a couple of minutes until it dropped and went from $12 right back down to $11.40 in about 30 minutes. And you know what? That really would stink. Could you imagine owning the stock, have a nice $1,000 profit, and you just threw it away because you got greedy and cocky? And because you didn't know that you were coming to a big resistance levels, just because resistance levels, last week didn't show that. You got to follow the money. It's what it comes down to it. And then everything else just comes natural. Everything just makes perfectly sense. Makes sense. All right. So I call these iceberg orders. Okay. And actually, if you go on my YouTube channel, look up iceberg orders. I basically kind of did an explanation about it. But basically, an iceberg order is I came up with the word watching the movie The Titanic. Very sad movie. If you haven't watched it, I basically cried in it myself too, leaving the movie theater. It was actually pretty funny. Everyone was crying. But we all know about the Titanic. What happened? The most unsinkable ship, the most beautiful ship, which is exactly what traders think. They bought the most expensive computer, the most expensive layup, the best trading platform, the best indicator, best everything, the best. But they never got one thing. With the Titanic, it wasn't what's on top of the water. It was what's on the bottom of the water. They forgot to get the radar. And it wasn't so unstoppable until it came up to an iceberg and it sunk the thing and everybody died. And that's what happens to traders. Actually, the stat just posted a link up there to kind of explain it. So it's sunk and everyone died. Well, most of them died. So you don't want to blow up your account in trading, do you? I mean, how many times have you done that before? Do you really want to blow up your account? Like, I know people like, I'm sick and tired. I've done this before. I can't figure it out. Listen, if you just get mentored and know how to play the game, you'll finally figure it out what makes these things do what they do. Just got to know how to play the game. You got to find those iceberg orders. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to train people so we could scan the market together, because there's no platform out there that does it. Scan the market, find these iceberg orders, and be able to scalp away and just chip away and make our nice six-figure salary, because it's all about teamwork. Now, I'm almost done here, and I want to just finish up and talk about one last thing, which is about some people think about the fake orders, okay? Now, we're looking at INO. INO right there has a 288,000 share seller at $9. So right off the bat, without looking at anything, definitely resistance levels. I mean, not only is it resistance, there's a lot of orders out there, 20,000, 7,000, 8,000. I mean, we got passed through to 9. This thing is off to the races. Definitely big resistance levels, hands down, without looking at anything. So right away, they are real orders. Now, could anybody cancel an order? Of course you could. Could anybody, get executed? Of course they can. Well, it all starts with something called time and sales. How many of you guys using time and sales? I got people say, oh, it moves so damn fast, I can't watch it. Okay, well, listen. Time and sales. Stock went through 9, blew through 9, and went to $10 in about 2 hours. How's that even possible? Well, somebody bought it from him. Somebody said, holy crap, I need this stock. There's 280,000 shares. Buy. Just buy it. Buy it. Well, how do we know a guy bought it? Look at the time and sales. 3,000, 1,000, 1,300, 1,400, 12,000, 16,000, 16,000, 13,000. Just constant. Guy was getting chipped away. People just buying it from him. Buy. You get a lot of greens in time and sales. That means a lot of those sellers are getting executed. That's your confirmation of transaction. And that's what made the stock take off. So, and you know what I'm talking about. How many times you see a stock hit a resistance level and like, oh, that's a resistance, not going to break it. And then all of a sudden it does a breakout and you're like, and you're trying to figure out what the hell's a breakout? You hear everyone's got like a whole philosophy behind it. Oh, a breakout means when Halley's Comet crosses with the 200 moving average, and then you got an SMA, and it's going to cause a breakout. Please do me a favor. Just guy got executed. There was a seller out there. He got executed. You see the time and sales. That's what wrote up the stock. Simple as that. Okay. No rocket scientist. Now, here at CyberTrade University, these are things that we're looking for. We're looking for breakouts. We're looking for stocks that we could short, but we have to follow the money. That's what it comes down to. By the way, here's another one. Penn Gaming. Stock went down, right? Had a tough time breaking at $9. Hit it. Went back up to $9.50. Hit $9. Went back to $9.50. Has to do something with the 75,000 share buyer out there. But what ended up happening, the buyer got executed. Didn't work out too well. Now people say, oh, it's a double top, a triple bottom. Listen, I know what those mean. End of the day, look at everybody on time and sales. Red. 46,000, 2,000, 16,000, 11,000. Guess what? Somebody sold it to that stock, that guy. Actually, not that one person, several people that were out there that made up that order. And that stock went from 9 down to 750. Now, you know how depressing that is? Think about that. You bought a stock, you're like, and by the way, this is all in one day, 12 to 750. And you're like looking at it like, oh my God, I thought it was a buy. I was reading the reports on it. I love the company. It's greatest stock. I mean, I know it. I do business with them. Like everyone's like, okay, great. Now you're taking it personal. Unfortunately, we have no heart when it comes to trading. Anybody know anyone had a house foreclosed? Or a neighbor? It was whatever. Someone's losing their house. Happened a couple of times. Okay, I mean, like, and like you're like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful house. I wish I could buy it for my daughter. And now he's stuck. He's whatever, and somebody's gonna steal it. And who's gonna live next door? Why don't you just buy it yourself? Well, I feel uncomfortable asking him. Like it's so sad he lost his house. You know what? He'll probably he knows he's gone. He knows he's going to lose it. Why not you buy it? Why somebody else make all the money or have some contractor come in there and knock it down and build this monstrosity and destroy your block? I mean, is that what you want? Trading's the same thing. My point is this. Don't take things personal. It's just a game. Just know how to play it. It's only business when it comes down to it. By the way, anybody know the definition of business? I know we have a lot of business people in here. Anybody know the definition? Actually, I failed this in college. What's the definition of business? People are writing long guy. I'll make it easy for you. Making money. It's 2 words. Making money. That's the definition of business. All right. So I want to finish up here because we're running out of time now. I want to give you guys the opportunity to help get registered and come into my trading room. Now, I'm just going to tell everybody, every single one of you do need a mentor. Every one of you. I don't care who you are, and you're probably going to need a few, okay? If you're looking for free stuff, I'm just warning you right now, and please remember, you can always remember this every time you lose. Fausto told me this. If you're looking for free stuff, you're going to blow up your account. You're just better off just start interviewing stockbrokers, okay? Every one of you need a mentor, okay? And for me, what I'm looking for is I'm looking to people to enjoy life, have a great time, do things I always wanted to do. Trading is a great job. You are your own boss. You could come and go whenever you please. I mean, look what's going on with the coronavirus, for crying out loud. Look what's happening. People are stuck at home. And you know what? They're having the government trying to pay companies to pay their employees so they don't go on unemployment, so they can still keep them. Though maybe this is going to go away. You know what? That's great. Greatest country in the world to do that. But what happens if it doesn't work? What happens after 2 months? You think you can keep paying people going to work, keep printing money? It doesn't work that way, guys. And you think your company's going to want to keep you? You know what? The hell with them. I'm not waking up in the morning and driving in a car and have to answer to somebody and put my wife, my family at risk. They say it's going to go on for about another year and a half. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to get the coronavirus. So you know what? I'll just sit home and trade myself. And I'll just have fun trading these companies. I'll enjoy life. What the hell I need to deal with that BS for? So the thing is this. Will, you're more than welcome. So the thing is this. I wanted to show you why we've been endorsed and why I do presentations for more brokerage firms than any school in the industry, and why I've been in business for 25 years. I want to give you guys the opportunity to come and join me in my professional trading room. And you know what? You saw, we all got trading rooms and stuff like that, but I started the very first one. Actually, it was me and Candlestick Forum were the ones that first started. Me and Steve Bigelow. He does a little bit. We both have different, same kind of style. 70% of what we do is the same, but I specifically put more of a scalper, and I think you should, you want to see a little bit. But the big thing is this: I want you to come into my trading room. Don't judge me on the winners. I want you to judge us by how we get out of these positions, take losers. You see, my biggest thing is I don't teach people how to make money. And when you come into the trading room, you're going to see I don't tell anybody what to buy and sell. So you could probably think like, what's the hell coming in there? My job is to teach you how to stop losing money. That's what we teach. But when you come into the trading room, what you're going to see is you're going to see what other traders, how they think for themselves. That's what you got to focus on. You see, listen, I'm a 12-time world champion. I beat every school in the industry, and big deal. Okay, great, whatever. That was, what does that do for me? What does that do for you? Puts a feather in my cap, put 12 feathers. But that doesn't make you money. I figured that out 15 years ago. I'm like, that doesn't make these people money. What makes you money? If I could teach you how to make money. That's the big thing. You don't got to be a great player, to be a good teacher. You got to be a good teacher that could teach players how to play. And that's what makes us all different. So I want you to come in there. I want you to look at the traders. I want you to see if they make money. And then you can make a decision and say, wow, if Lita from Canada, a grandma, 9-year-old grandma could learn how to make 6 figures, well, how can I? Why can't I do it? But you got to learn how to do it right. So this is the promotion. $9. Okay. This is the cheapest deal you're going to get today. The $9, all it does, listen, I don't make money at $9. I lose a lot more money than making it. The $9 just tells if you're a real person or not. We can't just invite 200, 300, 400 people. If you come into our trading room, you're going to notice I don't have 1,000 traders in my room. I don't want 1,000 traders. You don't want to be in a room with 1,000 traders. Okay. It's just chaos. What are you going to learn? We don't invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the room. Okay. We consult everybody. We call everybody. You want to make sure this is for you. Okay. Why would I want to have, listen, I have a 5-star Google rating on Google for a reason. And also almost 5 stars on Facebook. Why? Because we don't invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Listen, if we know you're not going to make it, look what Bo said. We interview before we train you. Forget about the money. Money's irrelevant. Okay. We think nobody works for free. But at the end of the day, we got to know if this is for you or not. So for $9, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get our trading room for a whole week. You can get 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, a crash course on day trading, your own personal education advisor, weekly Q&A. Look at all the stuff you're getting for literally $9. Okay. And as a bonus, the first 20 people that register, I will personally give you a coaching class. Me. That's right. I am going to talk to you on the phone. Now, why would I want to talk to you on the phone? I'll tell you why. I need to find out if you're qualified and ready to do it. You need to convince yourself that this is what you want to do. And then we'll talk about it and say, okay, let's see how we can do this. Because at the end of the day, I'm really in the business to find traders I could teach to find iceberg orders because there's no platform out there that does it. So if you're getting it and you're catching along, you're not going to ask me where to, how much it is. You're going to just ask me where to sign up because you get it. You're like, I tried this. I tried Forex. I tried it. Nothing works. But this actually makes sense. But you don't know until you get in there. So that's all I ask for. $9. Go out there. You got the link right there. I think we just posted up there. Just click on that trial and we'll get that up and running. All right. Now, does anybody have any questions? Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Jill. Thanks a lot, Will. You're more than welcome. Tell me you had a great lesson. And listen, I know it was a long day. And I know you had a lot of great presenters. I think we probably lost somebody. And by the way, this has been recorded. You guys can watch it later. I don't know if you're going to have the opportunity to get the free coaching, but you're more than welcome. Dwayne, I have 1 Super Bowl ring, NFL, and I'm looking to win another one in the stock market. Dwayne Starks, there you go, everybody. NFL Super Bowl. He's actually in the trading room. Right, Dwayne? Dwayne, the only problem you're going to have is that Dwayne, the only problem you're going to have, now, because Dwayne's actually now just became a student yesterday, is that you're going to wish you should have listened to me 3 years ago. I knew it wasn't the right time. He says, Fausto, because Dwayne, I do a lot of education for NFL players. I try to teach NFL players how to trade because a lot of them, after football, they got to do something. And finance is really, a lot of them want to get into. So I've trained a lot of NFL players. You're going to see a bunch of them in the trading room. But I told him, I said, listen, the only problem I'd have people tell me is like, damn it, I wish I met you first before I got involved. And guess what? It's never too late. It's never too late, you know? I will, Dwayne. I will, Dwayne. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It was great talking to you. By the way, anybody else have any questions? Guys, $9. Start off with $9. See what the trading room's about. You're going to see this live. You're going to see total view. You're going to see level 3. By the way, I'm going to show you something called level 4. If you think this is good, wait till you see level 4. That is going to blow your mind out. You're like, holy crap. I thought this kind of told me. Wait till you see that. The other one's going to show you orders, how long they've been out there for. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, we got a bunch of people, just a couple of shout outs really quick. Why not call a couple of people? Frank Zula, I just got yours from Pennsylvania. Brockwave, Pennsylvania. Who else we got here? Lance from Buffalo, New York. All right. Suzanne from London, England. Welcome aboard. Joseph, no link to click on. You should see it in the chat right there. Just click on that, the trial right there. You might have to copy and paste. I don't know why. We got to look in why the staff CTU, why it's not doing a hyperlink. I don't know why it's not showing a hyperlink there. By the way, you could also call 877-70-CYBER to actually talk to somebody at our office. You could also email me if you have any issues. FaustoCTUcorp.com. All right. Any other questions? Markets closed. Wow, we end up being up 33 points. You see, we know what's great about trading. Like, I'm in cash, right? There's no urgency. I don't have to worry about, like, we trade this morning. We did great on some stocks. Well, it's a big deal. There's no stress. Got 2 voicemails trying to sign up, Dana. Yeah, you know what, Dana? Unfortunately, all my staff is working from home. We have our phone systems connected. We actually, because of the whole coronavirus thing. So if you have any issues, best thing to do is just go online and register then. All right. Probably they're taking orders online. We only have a few people that be able to take orders. You know, there's over 100 people in here. So do you close the trades the same day or hold them overnight sometimes? Okay, so that's one of the biggest call in the rules you don't do. Then once you hold it overnight, you're not a day trader. Day traders do not hold positions overnight unless it's done into design and unless you can afford to lose all that money tomorrow. But no, we're always in cash. Absolutely. Especially in today's markets. You think you want to hold positions? Shoot, I think we had like a big rally and then we tanked. We had another rally and we tanked. It's like, it's a trader's dream right now. Who else we got here? Hurrah from Alberta. Just got your registration. Who else we got here? RJ from Arizona Temple. I don't know if you could see it right there. Just got your registration. I'm using my phone instead of the computer. Any other questions, by the way? Any other questions? All right, looks like people are just registering along. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to play a video of total view, again, a demonstration I did on NASDAQ. So you guys could watch it and you kind of see a little bit about, I'll go in a little detail about total view. Also gives you credibility of knowing that what I'm showing you, the exchanges really want you to learn this stuff. So watch the video in the meantime. And then with that said, when you register, just to let you know, everybody's going to get, is going to get an education advisor. They're going to call you. You're going to set up an appointment. They're going to walk you through the dashboard. They're not going to sell you anything, guys. Don't worry. Nobody's going to sell you anything. We just want to make sure that what you're doing is the smart decision because trading is not for everybody, and that's okay. That's a good thing. That's okay. But let's find out what the truth's all about. Let them walk you through it. You're going to have a couple of videos to watch. You're going to understand the lingo that we talk about. And then with that said, you'll be able to finally get into the room. Now, listen, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're West Coast, I know that's early. Don't worry. The afternoons, we do the afternoon meeting. We have 2 meetings. I like pre-market specifically. I make most of my money in the pre-market. But you could trade the afternoons. We do trade the afternoons. We do 2 meetings. We commentate live in that room. So there's definitely a lot of action that's going to go on. But just make sure we're able to talk to you because you know what? I'm telling you, people always ask me, I can't hear anything, or what is this? And and like all we kept on saying is like, well, did you talk to the education advisor? Oh, why do I have to talk to him for? I'm like, because we want you to have the best experience of what Cyber Tradingverse has to offer you. You got to remember, you're making a career out of this, and if you're going to be part of a team, you got to make sure you're making the right decision. It's not about the money; it's about your time. So make sure you make that right choice. So we're going to play the video right now. For everybody here, thank you so much for being here. I'd like to thank my presenters for being here. They didn't have to be here, but they took the time out of their day to be here and do this event with you. And I'm just very thankful. And we do these events all the time. So please come back. We have different presenters all the time. You're going to learn something. The best thing you can learn, the cheapest thing you can learn is getting yourself educated. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance, okay? And we don't want to be there, and we don't want to go there. Thank you so much for listening. Stand by. We're going to play that video.